Hi, this is Bill, and this is Finest Travel Beat with Angela and Bill, your source for all things travel. Well, there's some really exciting news that came out yesterday that I was very excited about regarding internet on cruise ships, a big announcement from Royal Caribbean Group. I think it's great news. Some people may disagree. I'm hearing some rumblings that they think it's going to change cruising forever. That might be true, and let's discuss the announcement yesterday and the effects on cruising and how it affects you, how it affects me, and your thoughts. So stick around, and I'll have the big announcement right after our intro. Hi again, and thanks for watching. I'm coming to you kind of on location because the announcement kind of has to do with the background behind me. Royal Caribbean Group yesterday announced that they are going to be rolling out the Starlink Satellite Internet across their entire fleet by early 2023. Now that includes Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, Silversea Cruise Lines, which is their luxury brand, and Celebrity Cruise Lines. The reason why I bring it to you from my backyard is Starlink Satellite is part of SpaceX's program where they launch satellites into orbit. It's a company owned by Elon Musk. It's very big here where I live in Florida on the Space Coast. And what's particularly neat about it and cool is if you look right over there, when they launch satellites, we can watch the rocket launches from our backyard, which is pretty cool. And a neat thing about that is when you see the satellite going up, it takes about 7 minutes for us to hear the sound and feel the rumbling from it, because the speed of sound being slower than the speed of light. But I digress. But it's really neat being down here. Hopefully we have a rocket launch coming up soon. Hopefully we'll be around for that, for the moon program that's coming up, the Artemis launch. But I digress. The announcement yesterday is they're rolling out the Starlink satellite fleet-wide. Now, they've been testing it for about 3 or 4 months now, I would say, on the Freedom of the Seas. All reports are that it is much, much faster than they've had. My wife and I, Angela, we both, she works remotely. I obviously am kind of on call all the time with the travel business, being able to get in touch with people and receive emails and things of that nature. Cruise lines are notoriously poor for the internet. Very slow. They've ranged, I've cruised on almost every cruise line. They vary by cruise line and even by ship. Generally, the newer cruise lines have pretty good internet. Some of the ones you would think have great internet don't. Disney Cruise Lines has horrible internet. I sail on them this weekend, and I'm sweating 3 days, not being able to get in touch with people, so I'm trying to straighten everything out now. But generally, the newer cruise lines are a little better than the new cruise ships are a little bit better than the older cruise ships. But again, in general, they're slow. Starlink Satellite promises to bring reliable, which is the key, reliable, higher speed internet to cruise ships. Now, like I said, initially, I think this is a great thing. I'll be able to get on the cruise ships. I'll be able to upload video if I want to. I'll be able to communicate with clients and post things on the internet and get any information that I might need. My wife will be able to work remotely. If there's reliable internet, she'll be able to work during the day, and then we do our thing afterwards, which is really great. We did that on Voyages, which has excellent internet, and it worked out really well. It's a little weird. It's not quite the experience you normally would have on a cruise ship, but allows us to cruise more. So for us, it's a great thing. The flip side of that is that cruises were probably one of the last places where you were truly disconnected from, where people used to, before the pandemic, they would take their phone and put it in the safe and leave it in the safe for the entire cruise. Well, that's changed. That's changed with online check-ins, with reservations, with them printing the daily patter or the cruise compass or whatever the cruise line calls it, the next day's events, rather than printing them out and leaving your stateroom at night. Now they tell you, well, everything's on the app. So you've really gotten a lot more now where people are on cruise lines not interacting the way they used to, where people are starting to be a little bit more buried in the phones than they used to be. Friends of ours that would go on a cruise and they come back after 7 days, and there would be some major events that would happen, and they had no idea, because not only were they disconnected, but so was everybody on the ship. So it wasn't like somebody's on the internet and said, oh my God, did you hear about this? And then were, telling everybody on the ship. So it was kind of, it's nice to be disconnected, especially in the world where we are, so plugged in all the time, and, having computers and phones and your watch going off in the middle of doing a video. It's good, it's bad. Like I said, for me personally, it works out great because I can bring you more content. I can keep in touch with my clients. Angela can go on more cruises because she doesn't have to use as much vacation time. She can work a day or two here or there, and just same as she would in the house. With so many people working from home now, we're not unusual in that sense. There are a lot of people that, being that they can work remotely, are going on vacations, whether it be an all-inclusive or a cruise ship. And quite frankly, most people that are doing that pick all-inclusive resorts rather than cruise ships because of the unreliability of the internet. So hopefully it becomes more reliable. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this whole discussion below. I think it's a great one to have. It really is. I'm not one that's going to be posting a lot of controversial stuff looking for, debate back and forth. But this one is, I'm torn on this. Admittedly, I'm a electronic addict. I have the phone next to me in bed. People message me 4 o'clock in the morning. If I get up to go to the bathroom, I'll answer them. Probably shouldn't. I probably really need to unplug a little bit more. That's a personal problem of mine, but it is nice. Quite frankly, the Disney cruise we went on was back in June, the last one, and I really didn't have internet for 3 days because the internet was so unreliable. And after the initial kind of getting over the electronics withdrawal, it was neat. It was kind of fun, but it took some time, but it was good. Again, love to hear your thoughts below. Now, let's go to number 2 on this. How much is it going to cost? No idea. As we know, or as you should know, if you are one of them that gets on the ship and needs the best level of internet, it is not cheap. We are doing the Symphony of the Seas in a couple of weeks. It's a week-long cruise. We're doing the Voom internet, I think it is. It's the Surf and Stream. They all call it something different, but the top level of internet. It's not inexpensive. I believe it's somewhere around $25 or $30 a day is what the cost is. We're bundling it with a package, so it's kind of hard to break down. And obviously, these prices change on a regular basis by itinerary, by cruise, by how crowded the sailing is. It's like everything else. It's very hard to narrow down these prices on things. But how much is it going to cost? How much can they charge? Like I said, for me, it's worth it. For some people, it might not be worth it. Hopefully, they don't price it out of existence. So, again, not to beat a dead horse, but we would love to hear your thoughts below. Also, if you get some value out of this video, if you enjoy this type of content, if you want to have these conversations back and forth, give it a thumbs up. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. It's really important. The feedback is huge. We are growing very quickly as a channel. Thanks to all the people who have subscribed already. We're overwhelmed, but we're still trying to figure out whether we're going to be a vlogging channel, a news channel, a review channel, or some combination, and whether we're going to be doing more cruise-related, all-inclusive, Disney, things like that. We're trying to narrow it down to what you want, what people want, what they like. So let us know what you like in the comments below. If you look at this video and say, you know what, stick to reviews of all-inclusive resorts, write it down in the comments. It won't offend us. We're just trying to bring good, useful content. Along those lines, if you're enjoying it, please hit that like button. Subscribe. Subscribing costs you nothing. All it does is you'll know when you log on to YouTube, you'll get notified when we put something new up. So again, if you have any questions on the internet, put them in the comments below as well. We've been on just about every cruise line that there is, and some are better than others. Some are more important than others. Like I said, Virgin has excellent internet. Princess. The cruises we've been on have been good internet. They pride themselves on good internet. I've heard some mixed reviews on it. Disney, not good internet. Carnival has some catching up to do. The Mardi Gras was good, but there are other ships have some catching up to do. And there's also, some throttling issues going on where they block certain websites, and not just the naughty websites, not just the ones you're thinking about. No, like if you're on a Carnival cruise, or if you're on cruise of company X, they may block company Y cruise lines sites, so you can't be on one cruise line and book something on another. I don't know. I kind of see it, but if you're paying for the internet, I think it's kind of BS personally. But anyway, in the comments below, let us know your thoughts. Again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. On behalf of Angela, come join us on our next adventure. Bye-bye, everybody.